All right, child. All right, we here, we here, we here. We are here. Hopefully, y'all hear me over the music. That's why I had it on low, child. What's going on, everybody? The kickoff is back for another recap review for Chasing LA Season 3, Episode 2. Girl, let's get into it. I do not know the name of the episode. Should I know? Yeah, but do I give a no, I don't. Let us bring up my good girlfriend, my good co-host, Roland. Hey Roland, what's up, girl?
Girl, girl, tonight I really don't care. Um,
What really don't care about why? What's up?
sorry I'm tardy. I was doing what I needed to do to prepare for school to be a student. So forgive my tardiness. But yeah.
Period. Period, period, period. I love that. I love that. I love that. You know, school is important, child. School is important. Um, First of all, did you love this episode? How are you loving Chasing LA so far? Is I know it's only 2 episodes, but what are your thoughts on this episode? Like, did it give? Was it everything?
Look,
Like, what's the tea with this episode? Like, did you love it? Did you not?
look,
Like,
I
what's
didn't
good?
I didn't already told you. I see myself and Miss David going toe to toe because ma'am, like you doing a whole lot.
Okay, do you want me to gag? You want to know the gag?
What?
Bitch, why am I loving David?
It would be you and your
Girl, this
problematic ass.
episode, I'm not gonna lie. David gave me everything I needed. And no shade, I thought I was going to watch this episode and continue to run his name in the dirt. But the way Miss Thing put a lid on every question that I needed to know, well, on a question, I would say on a question. I'm not gonna say every question, but my girl David has put a lid
You
on a question that I wanted to ask. So he
well,
definitely put a lid and we're gonna talk about it, okay?
you know these girls are full of lies and fabrication.
Okay, but but for right now, for this episode, he put he put something to it. He answered one of my questions. Now I don't know if it's the truth or not, but it's yet to be determined.
Now,
That's what I'm
now,
saying. It's yet to be determined. But for me, okay, he answered it.
now
Now,
you,
if anything comes up later, then we're gonna speak on it.
now you know I don't do fake wannabe mean girls. That's why I didn't get along with the fake Chucky doll. You know she gives that, so you know I don't. You know I don't do well with that type.
No, I'm not totally understand, totally understand. But we here to recap. It's nothing. It's nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's no T, no E.
Cause
It's we
first,
just recapping the show. It's a show.
cause first,
But
let's get into this.
okay.
You weren't invited. Boom. Okay, cool. You didn't get an award. You're just meeting these bitches. You're flipping tables. You're doing this. You're doing that. Like, chill.
Okay, let's get into the episode. But I'ma just say this. This episode, I was living for David. I was living for her. I was living for everything that she gave. Um, but let's get into the episode. So it starts off where it left off of Miss David flipping tables, causing a ruckus, being theatrical, making a whole scene, doing the most. The girls are irritated. The girls are irritated, mad that all of the food is on the floor. Stuff is splashed on them. You know, baby Safari is mad. Andre is mad. The whole crew is mad. Then here come Miss King Pang coming in ultra late to the party where he literally had his plus one acting a donkey. Okay, first of all, if you're gonna bring a plus one, you need to have your plus one with you. That's one. So you literally had your plus one cause a ruckus in the kerfuffle up in the Andre Palace by the good pool, and just mess up these people's furnitures and cause a whole melee. They had to storm Miss David off. They had to storm Miss David off and talk to her. And Andre, when I tell you Miss Andre and Miss Sapphire, whatever her name is. Hey, how you doing, baby? Um, they had to gather her. And when I tell you, roll on, Miss David, Miss David, she got it. But
You 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 doing too much with that.
when I tell you, when I tell you, David would have got hands and feet placed upon him, placed upon thou motherfucking head. Okay, put thy feet upon thy neck, and thy body slammeth on the concrete. Okay, first of all, David, the fact that this man apologized, well, some might apologize. Well, I told you, I gave you a warning, shall Miss Sapphire Safari went off, and then she attempted to give a apology, which the apology she gave was, "Well, I'm sorry. That's how that you're upset." Or what did she say, Rowan? Did she say that, or did I just mix that up? What did she say? I'm
She
sorry that you're
she
upset, or
said
she said somewhat. Mm-hmm.
well, I'm sorry you feel that way, but
Hey,
if
Libby
I
Kush.
did,
Hey, Nick.
you you did. So that's what irritated me.
Mm. Girl, that, like, first of all, in
Like
my
no,
opinion, okay, what do you think about that whole ordeal? Because in my opinion, I felt like Andre was doing too much explaining. I,
I we ain't gonna do that because
no,
this is
I'm just saying. I felt like no shade. I felt like Andre was doing too much explaining for me because the
you
fact
know
that David, no, listen, the fact that David wasn't understanding, and I feel like he was being kind of like trying to be funny or some shit. Try to take this for play and try to create a moment because I really do feel like Andre was really serious. This is his event that he has paid for. Okay, because remember, this is an independent production. They trying to put on the show for the people. It's coming out of their checks, their wallets, their purses. So you messing up their shit for TV, girl, and you thinking those all cute and all that, and you messing people's stuff up, girl. I bet those chairs was rented. You fucking up people's tables and chairs and messing up my good dinnerware, baby. Are you gonna give me this money? What's going on? I feel like he was playing. He was playing too much. And when I feel like a bitch is playing in my face, I wanna get down where I'm mad at. And no shade, it's too much explaining. Because you're playing in my face, let me show you how mad I can get.
baby the you know how I can get because the way I would have acted a fool, they'd have had y'all know I can be funny, but I would have been hilarious on David ass.
I would have been hilarious. I would have dragged that hoe up and through Beverly Hill Street, Beverly, whatever that thing is, Rodeo Drive, all that, up and down West Hollywood, ho. First of all, you coming to my event messing up my that I paid for. You must have lost your mind somewhere coming into this event. You lost the good sense God gave you. No shade. I gotta be honest. Like David really played herself, and I didn't live. I just felt like he was playing in Andre's face. So, what do you think about the conversation? So now King Pain enters, right? He enters. He's trying to get, what's going on, da da da. Fly Kings basically tells King Pain, is that your friend? Is that your friend? Da da. He said, and then they went into the whole thing that David, said previously about King Pain going to the sex party, not wearing underwear and paying extra money to wear his underwear, at this event, at this Shaq event or whatever. Um, and then which kind of caught King Pain by surprise and was like, what? Who you talking? What is this? What is this? Like, you talking about me? Like, what's going on? So then they further explain about what David said towards King Pain, and King Pain sits down and I think I don't know what Javante Rose said, maybe because I kind of skipped it, because Javante is just a pretty face, no shade. He's not really that cute to me, but he's handsome a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But he said something, and King Pain
Wait,
said,
what you
well,
said?
wait, was you there? But you was there, and basically put everything on Javante Rose. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that moment. What do you thought about that moment? What did you
Devontae,
think about that moment when King Pain enters and they feel King Pain and what happened, and then enters the whole shade between Javante Rose and King Pain? What did you think about that scene?
Javante is fine for me. I said what I said.
Okay, that's great. Have your opinion, child.
And I still don't understand why they don't like each other. And the fact that you seen each other at a sex party in a robe, nonetheless, or whatever the hell he had on, why does that matter?
And
That's what I asked.
also, can I also have something to say. Javante Rose, no shade. If we're going to a Schmex event, the last thing I want to hear is you performing. Now, what type of performance it was? Because I know for daggone sure that nobody is booking you to this Schmex
Well,
event to hear your
well,
music.
let's be fair,
Like
because
what? A performance, like a singing, dancing at a Smex event? Who does that?
let's be fair because Latino
Wait a minute,
OSU.
you've been to many Schmex events, right, Roland?
I know people that have been to them.
I have been to a couple, in my little young gayish days. Um, baby, I went to a couple Schmex events, and baby, when I walked in, people either have on underwears or non-underwears.
What
All
is
they have is some cute little trinkets, some lube, some condoms, candy, water, and also liquor.
what is just like a
Okay?
bathhouse, and I what is
But
just
what
like
I'm
a
saying
bathhouse.
is, I really want to know. I really want to know. Because I refuse to believe, because Javante is an artist, correct? He's like a singer, whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know. But he trying to make it seem like he was like singing at this Schmex event or whatever, right?
but
But
that's what
I
I'm trying.
refuse to believe that's the type of performer they booked you for. That type of performance.
Well, I
They
can believe
probably
it.
had you perform as like a go-go dancer, a little, put down and have on a little jock strap and a little harness type ish. because he seemed a little thick to me, and I live for it. But that's the kind of performance that I'm thinking in my mind.
I can believe
You
it
know,
because I can believe it because if you remember the couple that Hershey did the wedding for last episode, they have been to that. And they go to that simply to like co-host, correspond or whatever. So I can see people performing there. You know,
but that is not a Schmex event. That's a ballroom event.
no, Latino Oasis is a sex event, but it's dressed up in a different way, if that makes sense. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay, so was this a Schmex party or an event where
It's
he's a
a
performing act?
it's an event where he's a performing act. That means that
Oh,
there's a
because I'm thinking that it's a party, like a Schmex party.
well that's what I'm
Okay, so
saying.
thank you for that
With
clarification. I didn't.
with
Okay,
with the
got you.
potential with the potential 9 times out of 10, if you're there, you're going to fuck.
Oh,
You,
okay, I
you,
got you. Understood. Okay. Um, okay, so what did you think about that shade going back and forth between Javante and King Payne? Like it
like
seems like they got like some tension, and I feel like it's more on King Payne because honestly, I don't think Javante was given that. I don't, not from my vantage point.
well
Maybe he
Javante
was trying to
did
play coy. I don't know. What do you think? Go
what
ahead.
Javante did say in episode 1 that he don't really fuck with King Payne like that.
Got you. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay. Oh, and
So
why don't they
So
like?
my question is, did they have on the low, and then King Payne, being who he is, said something about it, and Javante was embarrassed. That's what it's giving.
But you know what? Probably because you know these girls in LA be shady. You know when it comes to the gays, it's always a look. It's always a look up and down. It's always like some underlying shade. So, I don't know what it is about gay men, but we can just never just enter a room and just uplift one another. Like it's very cliquish. It's very like, girl, if you're not my king, if you're not my friend, bitch, we not mingling, we not, introduce, like, you know what I'm saying? It's very clicked up, it's very segregated type ish, it's very shady, it's very nice, nasty. It's like, girl, what's your bob? What's your tea? So maybe, Javante probably looked at King like, girl, I don't like the vibe you're giving off. I don't like the fact that you're shady for no apparent reason. You give off that underlying shade. Like, as soon as you walk in, you giving shade, you giving nice, nasty. You just, it's giving mess. So, and you know what? Some girls can give off like they just not that girl. They just all about Max. So probably, that's how I feel like. Do
But I
you do
wonder,
you agree?
but I wonder, did Javante know that King Payne was gonna be on this show prior to, and they had already had beef prior to, and it's like,
Mm,
girl, I know you, but I don't see it for you.
you know what I think? I think the I feel like when the cast was picked, I think I feel like they probably asked in like casting like who do you like, do you have any relationships, or what do you think about the cast? What do you think about, the previous cast? Have you seen any, episodes of Chasing LA? And they'll be like, well, I know of this person, da 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 da. And That's a deciding factor. If you can correlate like relationships, if they know, like just like the housewives, like if you know of the housewife and you probably don't know them, but you know of them, so you know what I'm saying. You like had some introduction with the person. It may not be good, it may not be bad, but it's just some type of vibe there. You be like, you know what? Let's explore this. They probably, the casting people on Dario or probably Andre probably saw that, was like, you know what? Let's explore this. You know what I'm saying? So, and then LA is very like their scene. I feel like the gay scene, especially um the black gay scene in LA is very, very small. So, it's not much places they can go. Probably they have like a niche group. So everybody knows everybody when it comes to that little town over there. But
Mm.
so they probably like interacted here and there. So, people probably know his tea. They told Javante about King. People told King about Javante. Everybody knows. It's just like in New York. Everybody don't know everybody, but you know a person that knows a person. You know what I'm
Child,
saying? Or
you
you
know it's
probably
like,
mess with this person, but this person's boyfriend mess with your old fling. Like it's always mixing and tangling up. What was you gonna say?
child, you know how Atlanta is because I experienced that firsthand.
Hmm.
You may know of somebody, and I've had this happen several times. Oh, you're friends with such and such. We didn't hooked up or whatever. It's that
Hmm.
window of the gay community is small anyway.
Hmm.
So in LA, it's like, oh, you
Hmm.
broke, you got money or whatever. You want an air mattress, but I'm a pretend like I'm a fab girl.
Yeah, because remember I told you, I think I said this. I was like, no, I think I put it out there that me and Oliver have somebody in common that we both messed with. It's crazy. But I messed with them first, no shade. So, bitch, you got my seconds, no shade. And I still come and get that when I go to Atlanta. Uh, period.
So at this point, all of us probably I know we have.
Period. I think so, and it is okay, And I don't feel like, the girls care about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some girls care, but majority, they don't like, girl, long as you're not talking about that bitch about me, I don't care. That don't got nothing to do with me. But anyway, um, who came? Who came? Oh, that you talk about Roland? You talking about Roland because her and Roland mess with Kane. So you definitely do that.
What?
But anyway, what
Child.
happened next? What happened next? What happened next?
Um,
Oh, and then Trey proceeded to, because I think at this point in time, uh what was that? I think David left and Trey was still there, and he proceeded to tell the group about how he knows David and how they, you know, came to this big blow up or whatever. So Trey goes on to let the people know, let the girls know that me and David, know each other or don't know each other or whatever through social media. He put out a post on Facebook saying that he has hopes to move to LA. He needs somewhere to stay. David probably answered that little post and basically like, "Oh, stay with me. I got a little property or whatever. I'll show you around. Whatever, whatever." I think some of the girls told, like I said, the girls be just telling your business, child. So they see you around with one of the girls that girl you don't really need to be around that girl do Tina, that girl do lick of the cup. You know what I'm saying? So, girl, don't do it because you know that's what the girls do. So, some of the one, I don't know who told Trey about Davis T, about her squatting, but they told her about her squatting, that she had prior records, indictments, and everything. And Trey was
But
like,
you
"Well, I
have
don't want to be associated, huh?"
but you have to remember
Mm-hmm.
David used to live in Dallas and Atlanta. So, with that being said, you know, what do we just say? You know somebody that said, "Oh well, you know, David do
Mm-hmm.
um SW, and you know she scams and all of that." And
Like this
and
video with everybody. Like this video, share this video, and hype this video up. Y'all already know what to do. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
and maybe from my perspective, because you know, word on the curb is I heard that Trey got that, you know,
That meatage, that sausage, that
got
eggplant.
got that meat like the Arby's, and what it's giving is Tr- not Trey, but David is a little upset because
He
they
took it
was
away from
kick,
him.
yeah, they was kicking it or whatever. Because didn't I wonder does David know about Trey being in a relationship?
Is Trey still in the relationship?
From what I hear, no.
Ooh,
Word on the curb.
they broke up.
You ain't hear that T dropped? You know the
I did not. You know I don't be following the girls like that.
the bald headed bitch dropped that T, and she said that's the reason that it took LA to come so long to come out allegedly because the boyfriend said they didn't want any scenes with them involved in it allegedly.
Mm. Do you
So
know
I
why they broke up? Do you know why?
no.
Girl, we gotta get that tea. Why did they break up, girl? Because no shade. Because I'm not even gonna be. I'm gonna be real. But I got this from the comments, in the chat while I was watching the show. They was trying to, the comments was given like maybe David and Trey got some history
That's
that
what I
they're
was
not
saying.
telling the girls. So it give very much that because I don't know. It's like a lot of like feelings or something. I don't know.
Cause you notice this going back to the icons brunch when Loso was puffing up, David didn't do all that. But she know who to do it with when it came to Trey. Why wasn't you puffing up when Loso was all in your face? It's something to think about. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. I don't know. What you think? You still on here?
Yes, yes, I am.
Yeah, maybe I'm reading too much into it.
No, I don't. It's something to think about. It's something to think about. Um, because as we go further into the story, as we go into the episode, as we go within the episode, it something becomes clear to me that some hurt feelings. There's really some hurt feelings going on. And I feel like David is more hurt. Because no shade, because we're gonna get into it. So Fly King I was popping it. So Fly King I was definitely popping it because you know Trey was basically telling telling the girls about David and the indictments and everything. And Fly King was like, well, we need to know. You know, he was popping it in his confession. He was also popping it in his in the scene. He was basically like, oh, you need to tell us because we don't want to be messing up our brands because I don't want to be around no scamming ass girls, da 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 da. I mean, whatever have you, right?
Mm,
So that scene ends. Okay, good. So we go. So next scene we go into get more. I think there was a scene with Reem. Is it Rim? What's his name? Reem,
wrong. Wrong,
Rome.
child. You said everything but the right name. Wrong.
Bitch, you know I'm gonna be fucking up some names, child. But the only name I'm not gonna fuck up is my baby daddy Loso. Period. That's still my baby daddy for
He not
real.
look. He not looking better than Javante though. But you know.
Yes, he the
Oh,
fuck is. That's my baby daddy. Fuck is you talking about?
oh. But by the way, Dream was cute too in that scene when they all met up about talking about David's indictments. I
Oh,
wonder.
also, okay, let's talk about this bitch named Dream. Before we get into Reem, let's talk about the bitch named Dream. Okay, she's supposed to be a cast member, and what happened with her?
Yep.
She
She,
go ahead.
from the way I see it, she was brought on as Pretty Boy, um, Q or whatever his name is. Pretty
Uh
Boy. But the
shut up,
first
bitch.
thing that she was in was with that scene with um the white girl. I forget her name. Just that quick.
The little fishy girl, the little fish girl. I see. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
So it just that whole conversation seemed kind of odd to me because how are you? This is your first thing, but yet Pretty Boy or whatever her name is, but you bring
Yeah.
in another cast member.
That's what I didn't get either. Like I don't. It kind of like nobody. Like, can we explain what happened with Dream? Did she fell off? Cause did her schedule kind of and kind of click? Like it was the schedule wasn't matching up. Like he couldn't really commit. I don't know. And maybe pretty. First of all, the girl not pretty, no shade. She looked very much, very weathered girl. But shout out to her. Um, no shade, because all of them, Caucasian girls, they very weathered girl, girl, they get into enough sun, girl, they start to like, frizzle
Weathered,
up,
weathered and tethered, huh?
the weather and tether, girl, they start to frizzle up, girl. I don't know, girl.
She
But
gives me
anyway,
very Miley. She gives me very Miley Cyrusy.
girls, don't play with my girl. Don't play with my girl Miley. She gives very much. I would say B author girl. She's giving much very B author.
B. Arthur is an icon. Let's not do that.
Well, girl, this is B author before she got her fame. She was still up and coming, girl. That's what we could do. Very pre B author. No shade. But anyway, yeah, I just didn't understand that too, cause girl, we not even looking towards Dream no more. Cause now pretty, girl, I'm not calling her pretty, no shade. I'm just gonna give her weathered mayo. I'm gonna just call her weathered mayo. Weathered mayo, basic well,
Let's call her sauerkraut.
sauerkraut. Yeah, we gonna call her sauerkraut. Yeah, no shade. Sauerkraut. Because I was gonna give her spoiled mayo, spoiled cheese or something. I don't know. But anyway, spoiled milk. How about that? Spoiled milk.
No, no,
Um,
no. At least sauerkraut has a place. We just don't know where it is.
Period. So we're gonna do sauerkraut. So sauerkraut, she makes her introduction, and we see her get a little confessional, and she's saying this and saying that. Oh, the girls and everything. Girl, no shade. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not too much interested in her storyline. No shade. I really don't care about her music. Her music is trash. I saw a snip of
But
it, and
she
I'm
did
not.
say
I'm not a
she.
fan.
But do you remember what she said? Who she said she was influenced by her music?
Honestly, I don't care who she influences by because no shade. I kind of like drifted off into La La Land because I wasn't. She's just like a I said like she gives very much William the baddest, and I'm just not taking you seriously. And then you call yourself pretty white boy when you're literally like spoiled milk. Like I don't know. You give him very much Brad Goreski. You giving Father Times. You giving very much. You got
Chuck
three
Aaron.
children. You got three children and a beard. Like I don't know. Like I don't know. Like I don't know what's her tea. I don't know. Mm-mm. She can just
She
hang it
might.
up for me.
She might end up. Um. She might end up. Being cute to me.
If she ends up surprising me, I'll let it be known. But no shade, I'm not interested. I don't think and it's not about her skin color, but it's just about I don't believe it, and I'm not interested. No shade. I'm just not
I,
like.
I'm gonna
I
give
think
her
the
a
only
chance.
white rapper that I kind of live for, the only white rapper and singer that I live for is Eminem. No shade. Like I don't know. Like these white girls coming on here to the African American platform, I, even though it's diversity and everything, but girl, I just don't see it for you. I don't know. Call me prejudiced, call me a racist. I really don't care. It's not giving that. I just don't see it for her or her career or her, profession, talent. I'm just not seeing it. Throw it in the trash can. Let's do a do over. I don't know. Become like a freelancer or a financial advisor or accountant or something. I don't know.
I'm gonna give her a chance. How and ever. Here's what I'm going to do, ma'am.
Well, hey.
This is what I'm gonna do, ma'am. I'm gonna give
Hmm.
you a chance, but you come on here saying stupid shit. You got three strikes. If she can give a little something. However, one thing I want to say to her, that outfit in the video that they showed was a choice. Never, and I mean never, put that on again. Okay? That bathing suit and the panties and the coat. No, don't do that again.
Hmm.
Come up with your own style. If you colorful, be that. I'm gonna appreciate that more because right now it gives. I hang around a lot of black people. I immerse myself in black culture. It gives.
That's why I said another William the Baddest. I'm
but
sorry.
but it's a difference between William DeVettis. It doesn't, as of right now, we knew it felt like William Battis was coming in like that. She doesn't seem like that so far from what we see. And
Well,
she
for right now, I don't see it for her. So let's move along. Um, but anyway, let's get to Reem or Rim, Ron, right?
wrong girl like Italy child.
Wrong. Oh, wrong, girl. I'm still fucking it up. I'm sorry, Romy Wrong. But let me tell you, Rome is a cute girl. She's very cute. I love the fact that she's into skincare because the way her face was glowing throughout this episode, baby, drop your skincare routine, Rome. You leaving millions on the table, my good sister.
I think she said
Okay?
she used Sephora and some other stuff.
The way her face was glistening, I was like, girl, it's too much shine. I need you to pat it down, girl. Pat it down. Girl, you too oily for me. but she was glistening like a glazed donut, honey. I live. Um, her story is she recently broke up with her boyfriend of 7 years. She's really beat up about it. She even thought about going back to Chicago. But something in her said you gotta keep pushing. She gotta get to this money. And she gotta, keep it trucking. And I love that she was talking to her friends. Honestly, I think I'm gonna love Rome because she gives me um, you know, just she's a fighter. She wants to get it going. She's even when the tough gets going and it feels like the weight is on her shoulder, she's gonna muster up the courage to get the heck up and get to the bag. I'm living for her. I'm living for her facial, her face. I'm living for her skincare. I'm living for everything from the blonde hair to the outfits. I'm loving and I love her like giving very much chesticles. I love that she got her chest out. I'm living for that. She's a very cute girl. Very
Excuse
round
me.
face. I lived.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I stand corrected. Not wrong. Rom.
Wrong, bitch. We just gonna give her girl. All right, all right. Cool. No problem. No problem. I'm sorry, girl. I'm sorry.
Nick always has to be politically correct.
Yeah, we can never get away with when we have Nick in the building. We can never just get
Now,
away with it. I
but
live though.
by the way,
Keep us on our toes, Nick.
Nick, I love when you came in and checked folks. You should never be nervous like that again. You know what you did.
All right. But anyway, uh, so what was the next Oh, so we get into the next girl, the next new cast member, which is I forgot his freaking name already. Is her name D?
Um,
What's her name? What's her name, y'all? What's her name?
who?
I forgot her fucking name. Ooh, child, I forgot your name, sister, but I like you. No shade. I do like you, and I love that you're representing for the big girls. Represent for the big girls.
Oh,
Yes.
Darian.
Darian, yes, I love you some Darian. I love me some Darian. And I love the fact that he's coming on. He got a brand. He's a social media influencer. He's giving like he's a jack of all trades. I'm living for his energy. I'm living for his whole set. Like I'm girl, if you need a model, a plus size girl with a fat ass, I'm very petite. So I'm giving very slim by the body and very,
Girl.
very massive in the junk in the trunk. So, if
I'm
you
a
need
call.
you a thick girl, I'm your girl. No
I'm,
shade.
I'm a
But I'm
call.
not putting on heels. I'm not one of the girls. I'm not one of the girls
Girl, shut
that
up.
be just, be putting in femininity. Bitch, that's not a word. But I'm not like real
Femininity.
femme. I'm real mass. But I could give a little, a little lace, a little mesh. You know what I'm saying? Can I pop my titty out? Yeah, I can pop my titty out. You know what I'm saying? It's giving real supple. It's giving real, you know, sitting my titty sitting pretty. You already know. So if you ever need a big girl to, model your clothes, just hit a bitch up. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you need PR, if you need somebody to do a PR for your little, collection, bitch, send it to me. Yeah, I'm with all that. But yeah, I live for her host. And how you with the did you live for the new cast member that was showcased this episode? What's your thoughts on the new cast member?
I'm gonna call.
Zerion.
I'm gonna call Darian Mystic Madame.
But she gave. I live for Miss Darian, bitch. I'm gonna be fucking up everybody's name, but instead I'm not gonna be fucking up my baby daddy Loso, cause my baby daddy don't play that.
Girl, that
He'll
man don't
chill,
want
he'll choke
you.
my ass up and pin me down. But I love that though. Go ahead, Roland. I'm sorry.
Now I'm gonna let you know when Loso start doing that stuff. We go. We gonna eat her up.
Baby, you not. First of all, I'm just gonna let it be known. Roll on. I'm definitely gonna switch up on you. If you read my baby daddy, I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna be honest with you, sister. You read my baby daddy, I'm reading you. That's it. I'm letting it be known
well,
now.
well, well,
I'm
we
letting it
just
be known now. You will get jumped. I'm so sorry.
we just gonna have the kickoff versus roll on because it's coming. Because she gonna rub me. I don't care how fine and light skinned and tall and thick you are. No, ma'am.
So listen, y'all see, I did tell him. So I don't want nobody to be surprised when I grab Roland by her dreads and by her wheelchair and start knocking at that bitch's door. Okay.
That's fine. I ain't never been
Okay.
scared.
Okay.
So
I just want y'all to know if he come for my baby daddy Loso, I told her, you come for her,
well,
you come for my baby daddy, I'm tagging you. So my baby daddy's gonna be tagging you, and I'm gonna be jumping on with her. I'm just saying, I'm gonna be
well,
jumping on with him.
well, get ready.
All right, I'm
That's
just letting you know, boo. I'm just letting you know. You
that's
know,
gonna that's gonna be
yeah,
that's gonna be the fallout of the kickoff.
that's
Cause
great. You know, I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know what time it is. That's it.
if that's the case, if that's the case, you ain't gonna be bopping Javante then.
Girl, you know I live for this. I live for this. I live for a good jump set. Like, what's going on?
See, that's why you cool with those other gutter rats here in Atlanta. Look,
I live for a good jump set, girl. But anyway, hey, let's um where are we going to? Where are we going to?
so the next portion of the show. Oh, shout out to the models that was at the model call for Darian's line. I thought that was Althea for a minute because the girl with the bald hair was eating. That's where Althea needed to be in LA, walking somebody's runway. Shout out to my girl.
Period. Hey, Althea. Um, okay, so what was the next scene? What was the next scene?
Um,
Was it Fly King I and David? I think
yeah,
David asked Roland.
that little brunch spot or coffee spot was cute. What was it called?
I don't know, but he said his friends coffee shop. So David knows the girls of the girls of the girls. Okay, listen
Are they
now.
scammers too?
Probably you never know, cause scammer knows scamming. Okay,
Yeah.
what did Gardini say? Scammer knows a scam.
Well, that bitch is a scammer. Anyway,
Shout out to Gardini, honey. But yeah, so David, invites the girls out to brunch, out to coffee at his friend's place. Fly King I. First of all, did you did you peep how David was like um King Payne's friend Fly King I when he motherfucker knows that Fly King I and King Payne don't even like each other?
yeah,
Bitch, he didn't even say Andre's friend, Fly King Eye. He said King Payne's friend, Fly King Eye.
and I
That
kind
was
of
a good.
forgot,
That was a
and I kind of forgot why they don't like each other, but I remember.
girl. They been peeping the girls. They been not liking each other since season one. You know what I'm saying? They peep each other flavor. They kind of cordial. I feel like they kind of cordial, but they peep each other shade because they both are shady girls. But I live for it though. I live for old shady mess, like a
You know,
shady set.
Ian has always been a low key favorite of mine. I don't know why she always has played the background in these past seasons. I hope we see more of her in the front because when she gets activated, she's funny.
Yeah, she is. And you know what? I think I've always said this about Fly King Eye because I did have a little thing with her, but then we talked about it and I because I interviewed her And I told Ian, like, I came in loving you. I was like, a gay battle rapper, you know what I'm saying? And I just love the fact that he's a business. And also, I got some of his butters. His butters was like really, really good. I loved his butter collection. It was really good. I don't know what he's doing now. I don't know if he's still doing the butters. I haven't really like checked back.
Well, she still.
Um,
I want to know if you still got the butter. Send me some. I want to support
And
and
no
get me a
shade,
skin
like
together.
yeah, he had the butters, he had the soaps and everything. He had the things of the things of the things. Shout out to Fly King. He really was doing his thing. Um, but yeah, I don't know why they had such friction. I don't want to go back, but yeah, so he invited David invited Fly King Andre and King Pain. So basically, they all sit down, and already the shade begins. King Bang is like, I'm surprised that you're here. She was referring to Fly King I. He was like, why are you surprised? Because, first of all, I live for a girl to call out a bitch. Like, keep it on the flow. So King Payne basically said that, well, I'm surprised that you're here because you was dragging Miss David. Did you say how you would never be around David? He's this, he's that. You was basically dragging that man name. So what's your tea? Do you want to tell? Girl, David was like, oh really? She was like, wait, hold on. The and then that whole exchange, that was so cute. Like I lived for that moment. The way I was cackling, because you can tell that King Perry was trying to like be really like no, he was being messy. He was being messy. He wants some shit to sparkle between David and Fly King. But I love how Fly King was like, well, are you asked me a question, so you want to allow me to answer, right? Correct? So Fly King basically let it be known, like, oh, this and this. He said this, and this, da da da. He said he basically Fly King said everything that David said, and what was shared to the table. You know what I'm saying? First of all, and I also love the little thing he said in his confession when he said, 1 + 1 is 2, but girl, what was that he said? But he said, but nothing is, nothing is upstairs or whatever.
Yeah, something to that effect.
Sometimes something to that effect. It was so cute, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna use that. Shout out to Fly King. I'm gonna use that. No shade. He ate that scene up. So I love the fact that, he just shut it down like, don't be messy on my motherfucking time, bitch, because I'm the messiest bitch. So let's not. Like, I love the back and forth between Fly King I and King Pain. It's funny because we know that the both of them can give it. So that was T right there. David basically had them all there to basically apologize to for his actions and for his, unfortunate incident, the unfortunate, table flipping, and takes full accountability for it. He basically goes on to give an apology towards Andre, and he gives him a flowers of some sorts, which it was cute. And then he goes on to say that he was really, really upset. He don't like, when people tell people about a something about allegations and court records and you know indictments and don't know the full story because you can basically put
Uh,
anything on the
but
internet and
but
believe
girl,
it.
about that, your indictments and your record case is public, bitch. So what's the problem?
Period. So he then goes on to basically tell us why he has two names because the girls was literally saying that, girl, his name is Devon Tinson, which we all pulled up on, Aaron Wilds out. We basically went into this whole stuff. Like, we pulled up all the charges on Devon Tinson, okay? So if y'all need to look at those charges, it's on my YouTube. So period. Just go to the videos and click on videos and it's all there, child.
And then
We
also,
do a skimming, child.
and
Huh?
then also, with them degrees that you got, a MBA, a MPA, a JD, or whatever it is that you got,
And
how
no
can you?
shade, and let's also talk about it, the fact that they're only bringing up the squatting situation. Did they talk about his other charges, girl?
No, the animal abuse.
The
Uh,
animal abuse, the harassment, the about you getting put off of the campaign because you literally sent a picture of your pal because you felt like you was being threatened by somebody and they found out that this person wasn't threatening you, so you got put off of the campaign. Girl, we're gonna get into that, girl. So
and side
basically,
note, and side note,
go ahead.
the thing that I have about David is that something in her eyes gives me crazy.
She
Have you
gets crazy too. Don't say she does. She gets cuckoo for cocoa puffs. I live.
have you talked to a therapist? You know, because I see.
She gets very stern faced. She gets very much serial iller. You know, no shade. She gives like she got a couple of bodies in her basement. No shade. No shade. She gives very professional by day, serial iller by night, girl. No shade. She gives a serial girl. She cuckoo for cocoa puffs. That girl was in my. She was. She was in 5150, girl.
Yep.
She was in a mental institution,
I said
girl.
that. I said that when I saw her. I can give me to the end of the season. I'm gonna figure it out.
No shade, but I live for Miss David Tennyson. I love Miss David Tennyson. Cunningham, David Devon Tennyson Cunningham, girl. I live. So she goes on to basically, come clean about, all the questions that the girls have about her. She comes clean why she has two legal names or whatever, two names. She goes on to tell the girls that she was adopted. She was born, David Cunningham, but she was adopted at 4, I believe. If I'm wrong, please put it down in the comment section
Now, now
or the
that's
chat.
now that's the only thing that I believe.
I believe that too. But then I'm like, wait a minute. Why would a foster parent like change your name from David to Devon?
Because when
Because
that
I'm thinking that,
be,
okay, if the baby, so he was born, he was born, he has a name, but then he gets adopted. Why did the freaking, foster mother change his entire name? So does that mean he got two social security numbers?
n- no, correct me if I'm wrong because I've worked in foster care before. And let me know if I'm misspeaking if anybody plays this back. But when you in foster care, and the child and the mother doesn't want the child to be found, then the foster parent has the legal right to change the name.
Yeah, because no shade. Well, I don't know if people know this, but um, I was adopted. I was adopted as a baby. So, my mother put, just added on to the last name, to my last name that I already had at birth. So my mother just added her last name. Well, her married name.
So, do you know
So
who your biological mother is? Is she not
I
alive?
do, I do, I do. I do.
Is she still alive?
Yes, she is.
Oh,
But I don't speak to her. We don't speak.
that could be the
That's a
case.
whole nother story, child. That's a whole nother story, child. Please.
But no shade, that could be the case with David's parents, though.
Probably, but because maybe because I'm just a different. My mother kind of respected, and the previous, biological mother, and basically was like, I'm not gonna change his name, because the honestly, no shade, I would have preferred my mother, because I said that as my mother, not my biological mother, because I don't refer to her as my mom. No shade, even though she's birthed me, but I just don't refer to her. It's just
Did you
weird.
see that comment
Um,
that Lemon Kush Pepper said?
Lemon Kush, I feel like you're lying. Who? I feel like you're lying. What do you mean? Who, me? Who, me? Feel like I'm lying, huh? You, yes. Why you think that?
I don't think I don't think she will lie about that. She's a lot of things, but that
Yeah, I'm not a liar. I don't know. It could be true. No, it is. It is true. It is. I just, because I've been with my mom so long, she's literally like, I always, like, in my mind, she's like my real mom.
so
Because,
you know what this gives, and I hate to say this. It kind of gives
what?
it kind of gives the same storyline of that person who shall not be named, who we just got through looking at on Chasing Atlanta.
Hmm.
To me,
The girl.
yeah, to me.
Probably, but I think because I've spoken about it. Like I've spoken about me being adopted before. I talked about it, but I don't make it because, honestly. And then we're gonna get back into the recap. Like I always think of like my mom as my mom. Like I've always, that's the only mom that I will ever know until I got to be 9 years old, and then it was sprung on me out of nowhere by my sisters. Billy's was like, "Well, she's your mom, but she's not the one that birthed you." And then the pictures came out. They showed me who she was, and I didn't get to I didn't get to actually meet her until my 18th birthday.
So, do you know your actual biological brothers and sisters?
Yes, I the sisters, yes, brothers, no, because one of them passed. One of them passed away, and the other one was in prison. Uh, yeah, I think that's about it. That's about it. But the sisters, yeah, sisters, yes. And I still talk to, and I still talk to my sister. I I still talk to one of my sisters. The other one don't care for her. It's a whole nother thing. It's a whole nother
So
situation.
so not to get in your business, the sister you
It's
live
okay,
with.
Lemon Kush.
So
Say
the
that again.
sister, so the sister you live with, you knew of her already.
Mm-hmm. My whole life. Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Cause remember, I was adopted as a baby.
So was she adopted with you?
My sister?
The one that everybody loved talking about.
Oh no, 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 no. No, she wasn't adopted with me. No, 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 no.
Oh, got it.
She was already here. She was already here.
Okay,
She
got it.
she was already here. No, I'm the only one that was adopted.
Got
Mhm.
that. Make
Mhm.
that kind of opened the door to me understanding you now. Got it.
Yeah, but it's so crazy is that I don't really, even though I'm adopted, I don't feel like I'm adopted in a way because because I was adopted as a baby. Like think about it. Like I wasn't like a toddler. You know what I'm saying? Like I can actually, or like I was like kind of 9 or 8 or something where I can like register. Like, oh my God, like I was being adopted. Some people are like that. Some adopted at 4. I was adopted as a baby, like a
So
literal baby.
so now I can understand why you kind of have a little bit
Mm-hmm.
more of an affinity for David.
Not real. Well, not real. Well,
Well, a level of understanding, I would
a
say.
level of understanding. Like not because of the adopted thing. It's because I just find him to be a key. And he does feel like he's misunderstood because a lot of people who are adopted feel, some people feel like they're misunderstood. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of adopted kids who are adopted, they often feel misunderstood. You know, and I don't even like to say that I'm adopted because I've been with my family for like years since I've grown up with them. You know what I'm saying?
So
Like, you know what I'm
I got
saying?
a
So,
question now, but I don't want to get all up in your
no, don't get
business.
up in all of my business. Let's move along, bitch. Anyway, yes, I was the only one adopted. Well, my sister, biological sister was also adopted, but there was at a certain time where she went back to the biological. I was the only one that stayed, with my current because I was already comfortable. I was already comfortable. I was a baby. No shade.
This
Yeah.
is fascinating.
It's fast. I swear I said it before. Y'all didn't know this? Y'all didn't know that? It's crazy. Okay. But whatever. Um, but yeah, damn, I let
So
y'all know about my business. Ew, great.
so
Ew. Anyway,
let's
let's
get
get
to
back to the show. Let's get back to the show.
let's
So
get to the final scene.
yes, we're actually on well, not the final scene, but before we get to the final scene, so David basically said, like I said, he was adopted at 4. That's why he has 2 names. Cool. And then he talked about what else he talked about? Cause he also put out receipts that he actually
I
graduated
don't believe that
from
shit.
he said University of Phoenix.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. I know people that have graduated from University of Phoenix. Um, I know somebody right now that's receiving that degree. But my thing is we've known this girl to be a known scammer.
Uh-huh.
You can create a degree, even though people have tried to say all of my degrees are fake, which we know they're not.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that she said it's been a known fact that she has done fraud,
Mm-hmm.
she's squatted, she's done all these things. So to me, knowing what we know, how do we know that those you just automatically bring out this a degree from University of Phoenix? I saw somebody say in the comments, well, that looks like a University of Phoenix degree. That don't mean shit.
Yeah, because some people can like make it look legit. There are people that can make it look legit. Girl, but did you see Fly King Payne is a fucking key because David passed that school ID to King. He was he was examining it, like bending it and tapping it on the table. I was like, King Payne, stop. King Payne is a key. Like I live the King Payne. That was a key. But so you really think that he kind of like did some,
Yeah.
conjured up this fake, diploma and this school ID, because you can kind of do those things. I mean, if somebody
Yeah,
can make a fake ID, they can make a fake school ID and a
yeah.
fake transcript, because AI these days, and you can make some shit look real, child. Like, no shade. You know what? I even thought of that, Roland. I did think of that. So, okay, all right. So, but yeah, but that's to be continued. Yet to be determined.
And then the
But
fact,
that
that the final thing was at USC. What was the point of that?
USC. Wait, the final was USC?
The final thing when Trey met up with David was at USC, the college, the university. I
Well, was
mean,
that the first school?
yes,
Oh, we talked about that. We remember that was in the that was in the receipts. So come to find, I think we read on that. Remember there was a situation. There was like some
yeah. When he got kicked out,
when I think he was scared for his life or something. He couldn't, like, I don't know what, but he was mentally not there. He was struggling or something
uh,
because of the situation
like I
that he
said,
wasn't even involved in, I
like
believe.
a psychotic break. But let me be quiet.
Chap, no, but I'm with you, Roll. Something in the milk ain't clean, child. Something very spoiled about that milk. No shade. But let's get to the very last scene. But I'm with you, Roland. I'm with you. So David and Miss Trey Howard meet up. First of all, Trey looked amazing. I don't know what it is about this new Trey, but Trey is coming off very Trey like. Or
You
maybe
just
he just grown up.
you just
Maybe he
horny.
just gotten older. I don't know. But the way he's talking is very like nigga. Like, I don't like, because if I swear, y'all, if y'all go back to when we first met Trey, it's such a difference.
You just horny.
No, it's not being horny. It's the way he's talking now. It's giving more masculine. He's not giving soft boy Trey. You feel me? He's still
Mm,
Trey, but nonetheless. So they meet up. It was very, very awkward because David literally gets up to give him a handshake. First of all, Trey was about to give him a handshake, but then was like, you know what, sit down. But while you were literally extending your hand as well, but you was like, you know what, now sit down. I don't want to do it now. I thought about it, then I kind of like, So they sit down. They get to, first of all, they go back and forth. Talk about, oh, you talked about me before we got to this table. First of all, it's a lot of accusatory on both parts. You was talking about me to this person, before we got there. David want to know the receipts, who the people. Also, David feels like, well, Trey Howard's been talking about David before the party. It's like a bunch of accusatory, like, then they talking about indictments. He comes with receipts about his mug shots. Girl, it's a whole shebang, shaboose, shabash. Let's talk about it. What did you take away from that scene? Because it was a lot and it was quite hilarious to me.
they just want to have sex.
You know what really trumped me with that argument? It gave very much that David was hurt. David is more hurt, especially, and honestly, it's kind of weird on David's part because I feel like they're not saying all of they're not they I feel like they're both holding back. It's some more to this story. Because for David to feel some type of way about Trey, feeling some type of way about him, and this is supposed to be your social media friend. So, and Fly King actually said this twice. You feel betrayed by your social media friend? If this is a social media friend, why you're mad that he don't want to deal with you? I would just move on. I'm not gonna take it to the like I'm not gonna feel pressed or bothered or irritated that this person don't want to be around me. She got secondhand information or whatever the person told her about you. She don't want to deal with you. She don't want to deal with you. That should be like, okay, cool, no problem. But the fact that you feel this strongly, I don't know if it's for the show or you actually feel this way. But if you feel this way, is weird because I feel like it's more to the story. And something tells me you're too emotional. You're too emotional to go on like this. Or maybe it's just the fact that he has disrespected you, or maybe it goes back to the whole adoption thing. Maybe he feels like, damn, you kind of rejected me. Like what
Mm,
I was nothing but nice to you. Maybe it's like that. People don't like to feel rejected or feel like, damn, I was a genuine person. You say that you want to be in LA. I'm in LA. I'm extending like a helping hand towards you, and you're gonna slap me in my face.
mm,
That's like a form of rejection. So maybe it goes back to the adoption, not to feel you feel rejected. So talk to me, Roland. You want to elaborate what I just
but I said
said?
that.
Mm-hmm.
I said the same thing. He felt
Hey,
rejected,
Spicy.
and like I said, something is not all there.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to that USC situation, something happened. Like I said, and I'm not, and this is, you know, me being professional. Something is wrong with David on the mental illness tip, and if he shows that, then I could have some level of understanding. But
Mm-hmm.
he wants to play that character. Like I said, we ain't gonna mesh.
Yeah, I don't know. He seems like a key to me. He seems like a key. I'm living for it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just not gonna lie. I'm living so far. I'm living so far. I don't know what's gonna happen in the future, but give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, chat. Give me 1 second. Keep going. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So my only thing with David was after Trey walked away from the table and talked about get this mic up off me. Then David says, raggedy ass bitch. Like, why couldn't you say that at the table? Like, that's the other thing. You did all. My thing is, use your words. Use your words, David. See, you got to get into this web reality um circle or whatever. You can have a mixture of reading the girls, but then using your words. And because he doesn't know how to use. Oh, Andre, click the link. I need you to come up here.
Hey, Andre.
Yes, click the link. Come up here. Cause I
Periods.
have a few questions. Good, good, good. Perfect timing. I got a little extra time for Miss Andre. Aaron, where you go? Spicy original, hey.
Oh, sorry, y'all. Okay.
Aaron, I can't hear
Wait,
you. I'm about to drop.
I'm here. I'm here. Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can everybody hear me? Why did he drop, y'all? Why did he drop? First of all, y'all, Andre is in the building. In the building. Also I can put it also in the chat as well. Andre, I'll put it in the I'll put it in the chat as well. But I did send it to you, Andre. I sent it to you. Andre, no shade, no like well, no shade, all tea. This season, I feel like the cast is giving. I feel like the cast is cute. I feel like the cast is cute. And I thought I would be dragging David, but no shade, I'm living. I'm living. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not going to lie.
Hey,
Hey.
Andre.
Hey Andre.
Hi, hey
Hi.
Booze. How are you guys?
Good.
I'm good. How are
Welcome
you, executive
back.
producer?
Thank you. Thank you. It feels good to be back.
Welcome back. So, quick question. Are we gonna see the more activated Andre? Because the way you was checking Miss David in that house with Miss Safari, we live for
Oh,
that.
Jesus. I was trying not to be too activated this year. Like, I felt like going into this, I didn't want to, like, kind of come in and be the type of producer that was like too much in the mix. I also didn't want them to feel like if they had a problem with me that they couldn't approach me without, without the fear of like me like backlashing on them with the production or whatever. So I just wanted to keep a neutral space for them. So, people addressed me about things and they got what I had to dish out at that moment.
You didn't
so
want to
I
be a
just
Reese G. I got it. I understand.
yeah, but
Or
I was definitely activated. So, as you guys can see, I pretty much got activated in the first episode, or the second episode. And then there are a couple other little moments, you guys saw in the trailer. At some point, Loso and I will bump heads, and I had other
see, see,
things to address.
You know that's my baby daddy, Andre. You know that, right?
girl, we don't
Yeah, I'm
care.
I'm so sorry, Andre. I love you to bitch. You know, like you're my day one. Loso is just, she's a new girl. But I already staked my nails into him. He's my baby father. Every other season I got a baby father. And
Right.
that's my baby father. So, first of all, I want to say congratulations. Just like my girl Spicy said, the season's already off to a great start. My question to you, what was your what was your what can I say? What was the process going into season three? Like what did you want from your cast members? What type of personality? What kind of story? Like what was the thought process going into season three and you were gonna be the executive producer? Like what did you do differently than the previous executive producer? Take it away.
Going into the season, obviously, like I had a lot of conversations with Andario and like the whole Chasing Reality team about like what would LA look like coming back. So there was a lot of discussions just about like areas of opportunity and basically how do we um how do we elevate, elevate the show, and who should come back and things like that. It was a lot of discussions like that. I think the biggest thing for me was, hey, I was coming into producing the show right off the heels of my spin-off series with the Fly King Eye, The Sweet Life of Fly King Andre, which you guys can go back and watch. It was an amazing, positive series. But coming off of the heels of that, I kind of was like, thinking about like who makes sense to come back, what, who needs to be here, who's still interested, because obviously there were people that expressed that they weren't interested, and we respect that. But then out of the people that were still interested, who made sense, I personally, because I started with the same people, like I wanted to have representation from the original cast from the first couple seasons. I wanted it to kind of be to mirror the Real Housewives of Miami reboot, to mirror the Real Housewives of Atlanta reboot, where we still get to keep some of the original people, but we still bring in so many fresh people that it feels like a fresh show, as opposed to maybe like the Real Housewives of New York reboot, which was a full hard reboot. You get what I'm saying?
Most definitely,
Aside
most
from that,
definitely.
I wanted people that were like, another like element that I feel like we were kind of missing from the past is that, like, I felt like we didn't have enough people that were like, um I want like really like outside in the LA streets. Like there are a lot of people that are just like in LA. Obviously, it's a big city, but then there are people that are like staples of the city, or people that you see them out a lot. And so I wanted us to have a lot more people that had visibility in LA. And so I think we kind of missed that
Wait a minute, are you going in and
part.
out? Wait, hold on, Andre. Is it
Yes,
Andre's stuff going in and out? Is
yeah,
that
he
Andre?
is.
Oh,
You're
it could
going in
be.
and out. I think you're. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it could be. I was sitting in my car, so I'm gonna get out now so I can get some. But I wanted people that had real like roots in LA, that were visible, that were recognizable. And I feel like we definitely hit that nail on the head with people like Loso, Javante Rose, Rom, people that are really visible in LA. And so that was kind of another thing that was really, really important to me. And then true to form, I wanted people that were characters. I feel like LA's biggest calling card was that we always had big personalities, from King Payne to Nicole Ray to myself. So I wanted people that I felt like could stand next to previous member, big personalities in the cast, but not get lost in the sauce.
Wait,
Can I?
Nicole Ray, the singer, wasn't on your cast.
Nicole Ray hair, that is.
Oh, got you. Oh, I forgot about
You
Nicole.
know,
No, I'm just
you
playing.
know.
I'm just playing. I'm shady.
Anyway,
I love Nicole. I
not to be
love Nicole.
messy,
No,
not to be
it
me-
was a cute little it was a cute little thing. I love Nicole. Like I promise y'all, I love Nicole. It was just a cute little Sagittarius little banter.
not
But
to be messy, but
go ahead.
did you think about because people were asking, where's Jeremy? Was Jeremy not interested in coming back?
Jeremy's not with us this year.
Okay. Um.
Oh,
So let me ask this question. Like, did you want to be the executive producer? Like, how was this approach to you, or did Ondario want you to take over for Atlanta? Like, did you want to, like, was there a previous person that wanted to take over? Like, what was that conversation?
Um, it was super organic, which is that's how I believe in operating my brand as a whole. I believe in like just things happen organically, and that's what really ultimately happened in this situation. It's public knowledge that we kind of were put on pause very suddenly, and so with us going on pause, not really having a lot of discussions about what was going to happen, for maybe like the first year, it was just kind of like silence. And then I had kind of decided that I was going to reach out to the brand with a couple ideas of, just like maybe content that could still have some representation for the LA market, which resulted in us having the spin-off series, which was a 5 episode series. It was supposed to be like it started off as a 3 episode series, but it quickly grew to 5. And I think Ondario was super happy with what I was able to produce in terms of content for the Sweet Life, which had amazing visuals. It was storyboarded very well. And I think that that just kind of like opened the door for conversations about what it would look like for me to be the producer of LA. It wasn't anything that was like on the top of my radar. I didn't reach out in the beginning, like, let me produce the show. Like, it really was never like that because it wasn't something that I foresaw myself being able to like commit to maybe in the big picture. However, I think once I had conversations with certain old cast members who felt like they still wanted to come back and wanted to share their stories. Once the documentary happened and Ondario was happy with what I was able to produce, then it just kind of felt like, okay, like I need to do this not just for myself, but for my counterparts that started with this with me, and also as an opportunity to give new people a chance to share their stories. Because ultimately, like, you know, the more people that you guys meet, the more stories that we share, you know, just the bigger reach that we have. So that was important to me.
Period.
Okay.
Can we? I also have a question about one of your cast members that is not a cast member. He was kind of just sprung on us. I want to know about Dream. Why didn't Dream make the cut? Like, do you? What's the tea on Dream? Because
Um,
he was supposed to be a part of the cast and he's not. Like, what's the tea?
Well, you guys already know, like, this process, like, it's a very lengthy process. It requires a lot of dedication. For me, I think my kind of my process in the beginning was to overcast a bit because I know that you're gonna lose people along the way. Not even just lose people, like some of them it's their first time being on a show like this. So sometimes
Mhm.
it can take them a slower burn to get storylines, to know what types of things that they are supposed to be showcasing or want to showcase. So going into it, I did do a bit of an overcast so that way as the process kind of would go, I knew that it might thin out a bit. I mean, I've been in this scenario for 3 years, so I already kind of know. You know what I'm saying? Like prior to me becoming
Smart,
the producer,
smart,
so in my
smart.
mind, I kind of already know. Dream is an extremely talented individual. He has a lot of like opportunities and things that are on the table for him. So ultimately, it just came down to the fact that he didn't have the time to really commit to it the way that it takes to commit to it to be a full time cast member. And so, with that being said, he did contribute to the season. He does have a lot of organic connections to the people, but you know, I think it just was better at this point in time for him to be a friend of the group as opposed to being like a main character.
Okay, period, 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 period. I love that. Um, okay, can we? I want you to describe this season because, like I told you, it's already off to a great start.
Let's start.
The characters is everything. Um, can you please describe what everyone is in for this season? Like, what are we in for? Without the PR answer, because I know you very good PR.
Wait,
You're very, media trained, girl. I know. But like off the
wait,
cuff,
wait,
like give it
but
to
before
us.
you answer that, we had a question even before the trailer drop and all that, and after. And that question for me is, why was there no trans representation this year?
That was gonna be my next question after he answers that. That was gonna be my next, but you can answer that.
Yeah.
Under not under. I was about to call you under. Andre. Okay.
Um,
Andre, you could,
That
yeah.
is so funny. You know what I find so funny about the viewership is the viewership. Sometimes I feel like people look for something just to comment about it because I feel like, um, as it relates to like the trans representation, we don't seek out nobody. Okay, let me just start there. If you apply,
Mhm.
then we entertain what is in front of us. So with that being said, I could only evaluate what was in front of me. Maybe three
Respect.
to five trans people applied, which some of them they just did not fit the mold. And then the couple that were kind of like left, they either did not complete the process or they just ghosted the interview process, which that's totally fine. So with that being said, there were no trans girls to pick from.
Got you. All right, understood. Thank you for that answer. Because
It's
and this
just
is not
very
this is
simple, yeah.
and
But
I
I
Wait,
want to
know
say
people
that
were
it
trying
wasn't
to.
just like something that we just like locked onto. Like it's like like to not like try to tear y'all down, but it's like we just looked at all of the franchises and there was always like a trans representation. Like we had the Nicoles, we had the Jalen Aarons, no, the Lauren London, Lauren,
Lauren England, child.
England.
yeah, sorry,
You love
London
messing up a
England, girl.
name.
Yeah, her. We got all the trans girls,
The
girl. But
jailers.
so every franchise has a trans representation. So it was a shocker that this new season is coming. Y'all coming? LA was coming back,
Well,
and we see the cast.
Dallas had a season where they had all guys. It was no girls on there. And also just like like you said, I think it's like more one of those things. Like it can feel sensationalized because people will turn it into something else. Like whatever the case is. But it just was really as simple as no trans girls really applied. Like out of five that
Mhm.
applied, maybe three of them dropped out of the process. I mean, maybe three of them didn't have any real chase or anything like that, and then the other two just kind of dropped out of the process. I love the girls. I mean, I think it's totally fine. But I do think sometimes, like when it's all guys, it's a better opportunity for like the fighting and the arguments and things to be fair. And I feel like so
Yes.
although it's there's absence, what I do think happens is that there's a fair opportunity for people to disagree without gender identities coming into the mix.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's correct. And also, and I want to also commend you because you actually cast people that actually know each other of some
Yeah.
Oh
sorts.
yeah.
Like this, like the whole, because I really want to know what the real tea is with the whole Loso and Javante because it's giving like because Loso is giving like, girl, you was just like a 3 a.m. type situation. But Javante was like, girl, you're my ex. And
I
I'm like,
mean,
okay,
I
what's
mean,
the
he
tea
is
on that?
fine.
Well, I definitely tried to cast people that knew each other because I believe that
Hey, D boy.
the entertainment value is higher when people know each other and that there's real organic bonds
Hmm.
and chemistry. I even feel like that's what y'all gonna see between like me, Fly King, King Payne, Hershey. Like, although we didn't come into this knowing each other, now that we've done it with each other for 3 years, 3 seasons over the course of like 6 years, there's a true like brotherhood and camaraderie between us where we can genuinely argue it out with each other from a real place, but because there's so
Hmm.
much love between us that we're able to like move forward. Even with the new people, everybody has some type of tie to each other. So even if you
Yeah.
don't know a person directly, then maybe the person that you're closest to has a tie to them. So there's a lot of organic bonds and organic threads in the group, and that's something that was extremely important to me. With regard to Javante and Loso, like I mean, y'all truly have to stay tuned to the season to kind of see like how it plays out. They
So it's
definitely
more to
have.
that story. It's more to that
It's not, and
story.
I'm listen. I don't want to breadcrumb you like it's gonna be this great big story. Like no, but you will get a little bit of more context about their history because coming into this, they have been removed from dating or interacting with each other so long that it wasn't something like that was a big premise. I think it was just more that neither one of them knew that the other one was gonna be in the group. But just the same way that y'all saw in the scene where like Fly King was like, what's going on between y'all? And y'all clearly know each other. Like it was kind of like that. Like the group, we kind of speculated that they knew each other. They didn't get a lot into their history right away, but we learned a little bit about it. But that's child in comparison to the stuff that we got going on, y'all gonna forget that they ever even dated. Or that
Period.
y'all
I
noticed they
know that's
dated.
right. But yeah, so what are we in store for, like, for season three? Like, what can you tell us, like a breadcrumb? Like, give us like a little bit of a tea about something spicy
Hmm.
about like the upcoming like season three. This
So
season
what
three.
I'm gonna say in season 3 is a lot of the friendships and relationships that y'all see in the beginning, they won't last. There is definitely gonna be some
Ooh.
fallouts that you guys will not see coming. There's gonna be some tea that's gonna come up that's gonna really like really shock y'all with regard to like what's going on in the group. So I really think it's so funny because although it got off to a very amazing and dynamic start, the story just like it just every episode something is going on. Like you know what I mean? Like every episode there's something, and it's not in a way that is chaotic or hard to follow. It's just like, oh my gosh, this happened, and then oh my gosh, this happened, and then oh my gosh, I can't believe
Mhm.
this happened. It's very much like that.
Yeah, you. like I said, this is
So in
only
other words,
episode two.
so in other
Sorry,
words,
Roland. Go ahead.
everything is not what it seems. It may seem one way now.
No. Yes, no, everything is not what it seems. And, it's very funny because it might not feel like it, but the story is already playing out. Like, it's really already playing out in front of you guys. And as we get to, I would say, about episode 3 or 4, some of the things that happened in episode 1, you're going to recall them, or you're going to have a different view on it, because you're going to be like, oh, well, wait a minute. But so I think overall, like, that's what I love about the season. It is dynamic. I don't think personally that there are any filler episodes, because every episode got something going on, and everybody definitely displayed their chases. So it's a lot of chasing in there as well.
So speaking of chasing and things, who was it? Your idea or the platform's idea to add Ray and Safari? Because they do add like the uncle and auntie balance to the show, and I like that.
No, Mr. Ray, I've known Mr. Ray probably as long as I've been in LA, dang near. Like, so I was always like friends with him. And then, going back to season 1 when Q kind of brought him around, Q knew him as well. So it was kind of a thing, like me, Mr. Ray, and Q were already kind of like cool. I met Safari. This is so funny. I'm like, the universe is so crazy. I met Safari like during season 2. Like, I think our season 2 came out like in June or July. During that June, during the BET weekend, I hosted like a red carpet for a BET event, and she was one of the people that walked the carpet or whatever. So her and I connected on the carpet, and we ended up following each other on social media. Fast forward to when the show, like, this was in June, the show was airing in July. I DM'd her in July and was like, hey, like, we're having our premiere party. And I knew that Getty Images was going to be there. So I was trying to make sure that we had like some influential people to make the Getty, like, to make it worth Getty being there. So I like had hit her up or whatever and told her that Getty was gonna be there, and if she wanted to come to the season 2 premiere or whatever. And she came or whatever. And we just really, that's when we really connected. I introduced her to Q, which led to her then coming to do our season 2 pre-show for the reunion. So going into season 3, like my very first scene, I'm like, well, I want to do a scene about putting the group back together. I was like, but I want to do it with some of my friends that are in reality TV, because I always think about us like, it's a show, right? Like, we're making a show, but because we are very like, influential and like other people watch us, I want to always show the parallel of us to celebrityism, the parallel to us, like the people that
Right.
have clients, especially in LA, because that's our calling card. We're in Hollywood. So anybody that that's of influence, that shows, that you work with, that you have a genuine bond or connection with, like, I like to highlight that, because we're in Hollywood. So I asked Mr. Ray and Safari to come out. I told him that I was gonna have the brunch, and again, because it was an icons themed brunch, I wanted to have special guests that have some type of visibility. It was also some of the cast first day filming for the show, and I wanted them to have the experience of filming the show with other people that have been on TV. So a lot of it was experiential based for my cast, but then also some of it was what made sense for my storyboard. So that was all born out of just like my organic connections with them.
I live. So you first of all, you already giving off executive producer. You're running
Yes.
shit. It's already like you're giving everything. Like the fact that you said that you already know that some girls are gonna be falling off, so you're gonna overcast. Live for that because no shade. Some girls need to take a fucking hit. Who wanna be producers of a show and the
Yeah.
cast is damn near empty. But anyway, I want to just give you your flowers and everything. Like I'm excited. I have this one question for you. One last
Yeah.
question.
Hmm.
How you feel about, the viewers? Some viewers saying that, saying that the LA installment is their least favorable um installment, and
Um.
how you feel about
Yes.
that? How you feel about people saying that like LA is their least favorite? Mm-hmm.
I don't really. It doesn't move me one way or another. Like this is life, right? You know, people have their preferences, their choices. Some people like Coke, some people like Pepsi, some people like a fruit soda. You know what I'm saying? So it really doesn't
Period.
matter in that way. I encourage everybody to watch the show and to give it a fair, give it a fair shot because out the gate, I feel like Chasing LA has always been a very strong performer. In terms of the numbers, worlds, we was one of the last installments outside of Atlanta that was doing 100K in numbers. And I know how people receive me when I go outside. They watch the content and they know who I am from the content. So, there's always a hater or two in the mix, but that ain't stopping nothing over here, baby.
Period. I know that's the fuck right.
Mhm.
So, Andre, I want to say like everything. I'm looking forward to LA. We're gonna like recap it every single day. Well, every week. Not every single day, child. Every week. And I'm loving the cast already, like already, because I said I'm coming in this season, and I saw the super trailer and I saw the episode, and I didn't like David. Like I thought that I was gonna come into this second episode reading the dog ish out of David, but no shade, I end up actually liking him.
Well,
It's crazy because I was
well,
like, I'm gonna read him, but then I'm like, I ended up liking him. So it's like it's a crazy twist how much our perspective change on certain characters. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So already in that
Absolutely.
aspect, it's like I'm already enjoying the show. Like I'm enjoying the scene, like third episode and everything. Like I'm ready for it. Like tens across the board. Go ahead, roll on. What you?
I said what I said, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm reading her because she's doing too much.
And first of all, I also want to say this, Andre. I'm loving the dynamic between Fly King Eye and King Pain. The fact
Mm-hmm.
that those girls can go at it the way they do, but still have like a level of respect for each other. Like, I feel like they are like the Cynthia. No, I don't know the Cynthia and Nene type of situation. Like, I feel like they're
Uh-huh.
friendly, but they those. No, I feel like she's the Nene and the Kenya or something.
I
Like
feel
they
like it's
are
very
very
much
much
like
frenemies.
Cynthia and Phaedra.
Frenemies.
Cynthia and
Yes.
Phaedra, when they was kind of
Yeah,
going back and forth, and
yeah.
they're very
Mm-hmm.
much like free. Like, that's what I was saying earlier. It's like I think now the
Frenemies.
between the three or four of us is that like we've experienced so much with each other that it's easy to have a disagreement, but also easy to remember that at the end of the day we are friends and that like none of us are trying to harm each other here. So with that being said,
Mhm.
like it's easier to find a path forward. Like me and King Pain, we definitely, this was a season where like we got along so well. There were moments where we had a little bit of contention or we had disagreements or whatever the case was, but we've never once since we made up had a falling out. You know what I'm saying? And I respect that about
Mhm.
him 100%. Like King Pain is my brother. You know what I mean? And so I feel like that's kind of what y'all seeing between him and Fly King is like that brotherhood of it. That's the word that I would say is gonna be the buzzword of the season is
Girl.
brotherhood. The
But
Girl.
also, they
brotherhood.
so messy. They move the story along. They move the story along. I love the fact that they can just roast each other and really get each other into some mess. Because no shade, Fly like I think King Bang was trying to get Fly King into some mess with David. But because Fly King peeped it, was like, oh no no sister girl, we not gonna do this. Da da da. Like I love that. I
Aren't
love
Yes.
their
they
dynamic.
I
aren't
mean,
I love
I
it.
they
thought their banter.
Yeah.
aren't they both cancers
I thought their
anyway?
banter was so good, and
It
we do
was.
we
I
do have a
love
show to make
them.
here, so we do have a
Fly
show to
King,
make
you
here. So I
a
appreciate that they come in activated, ready to move the story along.
yeah. Like I just love their banter, and also let me okay, Fly King, come up because I also have some questions for you if you can. But if you want to stay in the
Hmm.
comments, you can, baby girl. You know I live for you. Um, my question to my last and final question, not for you, Andre, but it's the Fly King. Fly King. Uh, I feel, a lot of Roll-On feels that you have been playing like background character. Like, are we gonna get Fly King's story? Are you gonna be in more of the forefront, or you're kind of playing like fairy godmother to the new cast because you already
Yes,
been there, done that. Like, what's the tea on that?
because
He's
she's
gonna
really
have the. I'm gonna answer it. He's gonna have the most personal storyline that you guys have ever seen him have. But just keep in mind, it's only episode 2. Like we can, oh,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like, and both episodes were already over an hour long. So you guys, it's a pacing game here. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys are
Yeah.
gonna
yeah.
get what you're supposed to get when you're supposed to get it, and at the appropriate time. So just continue to watch. Fly King is gonna have an amazing story. He has some really a really dynamic work scene that's like one of my favorite scenes. Y'all saw the clip in the trailer where he was showing me around his new space. So all of that is coming. We just said episode 2. That's all.
Period. Keep up the good work. Y'all. First of all, the cast members. I'm loving Rom. I'm loving Darian. I think his name is Darian.
Yes, love
I'm loving
Darian.
him. First of all, I'm loving the fact that y'all got a thick girl on the cast. It's not that y'all haven't, casted thick girls, but y'all have like a voluptuous girl now. Like, you know what I'm saying? That really getting the thick girls. So I live. So, and I'm loving her already. The cast is a 10. The cast is a 10. So
Now,
great
now,
job, you
now,
guys.
girl,
Yeah.
let's not act like you didn't do it.
I think
Well,
the only person I'm not living for is the Caucasian girl. I'm just
Which
not.
y'all haven't even really got a chance to meet her yet. And I know that most
Yeah.
people are based judging her based off of what they think her persona is gonna be based off of other people that you met.
Yeah, I
I
said she's
stand
giving
one.
William the baddest. No
She
shade.
and it's so funny because she's nothing like William the Baddest. Like
and
he
I
is
said that.
nothing. He don't use a fake black accent. He's a real person. Like you guys are getting the actual person. With William, y'all was getting a caricature of who he wants to present himself as opposed to
Mhm.
Pretty Boy. Pretty Boy is authentically himself. And so I stand beside the decision to have Pretty Boy here. He's a sweetheart, he's kind, he's talented, and the group overall loves him. So I think that's what's most important.
Yeah, in no shade, I did see that he gets into it with King Kane, and I see that he holds his own. So I might end up giving him a chance because he can hold his own against Fly. No, not Fly King. King Payne. I'm sorry about that, but yeah,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
gets into
For
it with
him to go
her.
up
I was
against
like,
King
okay,
Pain, that was a big
you are
feat
right
for
in my book.
somebody. For
Hmm.
him to go up against King Pain, that was a huge that was big for him.
Yeah, no shade. Like anybody that can stand toe to toe with King, I was like, okay, you might be onto something. So I might end up regretting my words or eating my words. So we just got, I'm still tuned in. I'm still tuned in. Like I said, my feelings may change. Like just like David, it may change with him.
Well, we appreciate you. I appreciate you guys, for always being so supportive, so kind. For really being a champion of the LA brand, of the LA market, supporting me, always being kind and showing love, still taking me to task when you need to. But I always feel like, again, that, you guys do it from a place of reviewing the content, and it doesn't feel like a personal attack. So I appreciate
Thank you
that.
for
And
saying
I think
Um,
that.
because we respect you, like honestly, and I've always, I think I have never like really read you. It's just like you are just such a professional and you are a person that wants everybody to win. You're a girl's girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just
Thank
a
you.
brother that just want everybody to win. And I see that. Like you come from a genuine
Hmm.
standpoint. And like, you know what I'm saying? So I get that from you. You always gave that to me. And I feel like that's why I'm always going to support anything that you have coming. Like I supported your music, your rapping, the hymn, the you and Fly King song. That was a bop. I still play it in my whenever I do stories or whatever. I play it. So I'm always going to support you because you just a dope person and yeah. What else?
Thank you. I appreciate that. This week too,
Yeah.
we got a little nod to New York in there. So I had a work scene that's in New York that's gonna be featured in episode 3. So you'll have a little New York moment too for your East Coasters. Period.
Period. Like, keep up the good work. Keep up the good work, Andre. And any last questions? Roll on for Andre.
The last question is, how would you describe your experience as a cast member and a producer this season?
Ah, oh my gosh, baby, they been tugging on my wig since day one. They've been tugging on my wig from the production side, from the cast member side. They've been on my wig from day one. It is definitely no small feat. So any person that you know has sat in this role prior to me, anybody that does it on another platform or whatever, like my hat goes off to them because it is a big. It's not no small task financially from a time because from a time standpoint, from a mental standpoint, it's just like a constant nonstop thing. I feel proud of myself. I'm happy that I did it. And I don't know that I could do it again. I don't know that I could sit in both seats again, but I think for the time that I needed to do it, I did what needed to be done.
Can I
Speaking,
one more question? Do you think any of the cast members feel like you basically what's the word? What's the word? Kind of
play favorites.
yeah, play favors or like took your executive producer to the what's the word? Oh my gosh.
Didn't
You
take it too
basically
seriously.
Like it
say
was a
that again,
conflict of
say that.
interest
Yeah, like you probably did something kind of like shady.
to
Like
like
it's like,
spite
girl, you
them.
cast. Yeah.
I could
Well,
see
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
Jada
admit.
add,
feeling
I'll
that
say
way.
this.
I can
I'll
see.
say this. I'm sure there are some people that might, there might be a person or two that feels that way, but I think overwhelmingly the majority of my cast feels happy with, how I interacted with them and they feel good that I didn't do anything to sabotage them or whatever. And I feel like, anybody that does feel that way or feel like I have somehow or the production has somehow slighted them, I think that they would just have to probably sit back and take a real look at, their actions throughout the filming process. They might have to really audit what they bring to the table. And I think overall, then they'll find the answer as to why things may have happened the way that they did.
I caught that. Yes, I caught that.
Oh, leaving David and Loso off of the intro.
Yep, yep. That's what
Oh,
I
they
meant when
wasn't in
I
the
said
intro.
no.
I'm just speaking on, the question that was asked.
Oh,
No, you didn't pay attention to that. I paid attention to it.
oh, I did not, girl.
I
Wait, let me
did.
go back, bro. I did not see that, bro. Oh, child. Well, that is all. Any more questions?
I know that food was good. Where you get that food from?
I had a chef come and cook. I catered, like I had a chef. I rented a big ass house in Hollywood. We had a bartender. I rented a lot of beautiful decorations, like those big silver floating balls in the pool. It was definitely. I feel like in terms of like on camera events, this is probably one of my best on camera events.
I was in
Child.
the intro, so that tells you who
I
has a
decorated the table
storyline. Ooh,
myself. I decorated that table myself. Like the night before, I set the table up and like, Mark laid it out so I could know how I was gonna set it up and stuff. Like I planned and prep. I gave them all Shop Him gift bags. I did the icon certificates. Like I really tried my best to roll it out for them.
I want to shop him gift bag.
Okay, period. I'm gonna have to get some Shop Him gift bags out to some of the reviewers this year. I actually like that.
Period.
like no shade. I know that food was good when Rome, not Rome,
Wrong.
Rom,
Wrong.
whatever, child. I'm gonna get the name right. But when she said she had to hold her when they flipped the table, she grabbed her food because she said it was so good. I was like,
I
all
was
right, that's
so
a real big
mad.
girl.
I had just put my food on their table when it got flipped. So all of that money, child, and I had to go home and eat a darn cup of ramen noodles.
Girl, I would be pissed. And why didn't you beat David down to the ground because he was playing in your face?
Well, first of all,
You're so
physicality, that's not
professional.
physicality is not really like my ministry like that. Like,
Now, girl.
I'm
Now,
too
girl.
old to be really getting into a fight. Now, I'm not above defending myself, but no, that's first and foremost. Number two, I take my position very, very serious. So with that being said, like I might have a crash out, but ultimately I'm gonna do what's in the best interest of the show and the brand because that's what the viewers expect and that's what they deserve from me. So I might have a crash out here or there, but I'm not gonna jeopardize everything that I'm working towards for this moment. And no shade, the moment was iconic. I might not have appreciated it in the moment. It was disrespectful to me in the moment, but in terms of what we gotta do for the content and to entertain you guys, it was an iconic moment for LA. So good for him.
I know this reunion's gonna be fab. Just
Oh, it's gonna be fab. Oh, the girl's gonna be like, I'm living. I have no more questions.
I truly got one more. I don't know if you can answer this. Will we see a cash trip this year?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We go on a cash trip. We go on our cash trip. It'll happen somewhere in the second half of the season, kind of closer to the finale. But yeah, there is a cash trip.
Can you tell us where?
I think I could maybe say where. Um, no, 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 no. I'm not gonna say where.
I have
All
an
right.
idea. It's
You have an
probably
idea?
it's probably somewhere tropical. Cause these girls got money, unlike the Atlanta.
You know,
It's
Shay, they do got money. Y'all some business bitches. Y'all some entrepreneur hoes.
We took a really cute, fun trip, and I think y'all to see the trip. It was super cute. We had a good time, and like I said, the word of the season is brotherhood.
Period. I love. All right, all right. I just want to say thank you, Andre, for just stopping on by and just answering all the questions and being so gracious and being just very just pleasant and just being a constant professional and just loving on us and have us loving on you and just always supporting us in the way we support you. I just want to say thank you and I can't wait for more of Chasing LA. I just
and
want to
send
tell
some
you
of the
that.
rest of the girls over.
Okay,
Yeah,
period.
no shade
Thank
because
you.
my baby daddy got to be first. No shade.
Yes,
Child.
thank you guys.
Because
Thank y'all for watching and reviewing the show. I'm gonna tell them to come over and thank y'all so much. I gotta go, but I appreciate y'all so much, and I'm gonna definitely share a little bit of like the clips and stuff from tonight's chat. But thank y'all. Stay tuned. Keep watching Chasing LA every Thursday, baby. We not slowing down. We getting faster and we going up. So don't miss it. Period.
period, that
Period.
part.
Thank
Mhm.
you.
Later,
All right, bye,
Andre.
booze.
Bye.
Later.
This was cute.
Wait, now how
That's
I get
my
us out
good
of here?
bruh. No shade. You just gotta exit. You know what? I'm gonna just drop you. Okay. I'm gonna just take you backstage. Okay. I'm gonna move you from the stage. Okay. I got you.
This was cute. All right,
Yes.
y'all.
Like
That is it. Like,
that is
comment, share,
it. Damn.
subscribe
Two
to my
hours, girl. Two
channel, Roll On's
hours.
Revenge on
Yes. Follow
YouTube,
Roll On
Tony Roll
Revenge.
14 on
Mhm.
Instagram. We
Yes.
will be back here tomorrow
And
for
yeah,
the Real
for Real
Housewives of
Housewives of
Atlanta,
Atlanta, we got
season
Los
17,
Santorum.
episode 15.
15.
We
Yes,
getting closer to the
15.
end, y'all.
Yes, we getting closer to the end. And also, y'all can please follow me on all of my
Aaron, I can't hear you. Drop and
various.
come back.
You can't hear me, girl? Can y'all hear me in the chat? Can y'all hear me in the chat? Put one in the chat and put a two if no. Put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me. Put a two if no. Because my girl Roland don't even have to hear me because we about to end it anyway. Um, so if y'all can hear me, I want to say please follow all of my various channels. Okay, follow all of my various platforms. Okay, I'm steadily promoting my TikTok, my Instagram, my Twitch, and my ooh, and also my other various channels on YouTube. But y'all know I have like 3 channels, right? So follow all of them as well. But the one I'm mostly promoting is definitely Instagram and TikTok. Mostly TikTok, but definitely follow me on Instagram as well. Y'all, we are almost on TikTok. We are almost to 1K followers. Y'all, I'm the goal is to 1K followers on TikTok so I can get into the TikTok pilot program. That's when, I could, I could get monetized on, there. Y'all, I literally have right now 976 followers on TikTok. When I tell you the consistency and me just constant posting every single day and like just the consistency, y'all, I am almost there. It's literally July. Remember, I told y'all I'm going to literally hit 1,000 before this year's up. So if y'all are not following me over there on TikTok, please follow me over there on TikTok. All right, I am getting better and better, and I'm trying to get monetized on freaking TikTok. Okay, period. So follow me on there later, y'all. Y'all already know. Thank you. Roll on. You hear me now?
Yeah.
But yeah, I already told her you ain't had to hear. I was just, closing out. Like this video, share this video, subscribe to the platform, subscribe to Roll On Rebel, and hype this video up if it's hype, child. And then stay tuned for tomorrow where we discuss
Episode
Real
15.
Housewives, Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 17. Period. Later, y'all. Bye.
Bye.